Okay. So welcome. We're doing a second somatic practice together. And today's practice, we're going to be exploring our felt sense. So our experience of our body and our internal sensations. So some of the sensations you might observe in yourself include temperature, include maybe color, seeing something physical. It could be a texture type of a sensation, like, oh, it feels like water or wood or cement. There's infinite possibilities. And you may also feel a stickiness, a hardness, you might feel a softness, an opening. There's a plethora, an infinite possibilities of ways we can interpret and feel our felt sense. So that's what we're going to explore today. So to kind of get started, you can just decide if you want to remain seated, if you'd like to stand. Both will work for this practice. But the first thing we'll do is just ground. Whatever that means to you, I just want to imagine that your body and your spirit is grounding. So the way I'm going to do that is just to really feel my feet planted on the ground. And as I'm planting my feet in the ground, I just kind of notice how each foot feels. For you, it might be feeling how each butt cheek is just kind of settling in. And as you're settling in, and you might start to kind of get a little bit heavier where you are. Just start to feel planted. You can start to send your breath maybe down to those feet or down to whatever part of you is touching the surface, the ground. And as you're sending that breath, you might choose to have a few deep exhales just to remove anything that's kind of getting in the way this morning or this evening. Just start to notice that you're here and you're supported. Observe that from this seated or standing place, there's a growing stillness that's starting to enter and be experienced in the body. That might not be a stillness internally, but externally, you're holding a stillness. So just imagine what it's like to be in stillness and let yourself get 5% more still, whatever that means. As many exhales as you like, audible as you like, just to sink deeper and deeper into stillness. Now observe that there is some sort of emotion or word that's coming up now. So it might be comfort. It might be quiet. It might be anxiety. Whatever it is, pick one word, imagine it in front of your face. Notice how that describes the current place you're in. Whatever that word is now, we're going to get curious about, how do I know? What is it going on inside me that tells me, that indicates that that's the word? That's where I'm at. So let's start around the neck and shoulder region. What is it in that space that's going on right now that indicates to you that felt sense, that feeling you're experiencing? Is it tight or is it hard? Whatever it is, just notice. Now move deeper down into the chest area. What's happening in the chest? Maybe it seems nothing is happening. Maybe it seems like a lot. Maybe it's warm or fluid. Just observe what is it going on in my beautiful chest that indicated to me that feeling. Now sink a little bit lower. What is happening in the belly? What do I notice about the belly? And you can even imagine that the belly's not just in front of you, but it actually extends all the way out behind you into the low back. Imagine that as one container. What's happening in the back body? We spend a lot of our time with things in front of us, like our devices, other people, a computer. There's a whole world happening back there. What do you notice about the back body? Now back to the shoulders. Has anything changed with the shoulders now that you've looked elsewhere? Just notice and be curious. You're doing so well just to notice. Let's feel the left leg. Is it hollow? Is it spindly? What is happening in my left leg? What is happening in my left foot? You might choose to wiggle a toe or move or get 10% more still. Take what you notice and allow yourself to move into it. What is happening in my right leg? What is happening in my right kneecap? My right kneecap feels. What is happening in my right foot? We've moved from the shoulders down to the feet. Are you living now more in your body? Is your head trying to take over? Often when we give over some power and authority into that felt sense, our head tries to reemerge as CEO, and that's okay. Use it as a tool now to notice something else in the body, wherever in your body is calling you. Allow your brain and your mind to be a tool that notices. And now in whatever area that just arose and that you're noticing, draw your attention. That could be physically using your hand to touch or lightly move towards that area. It could just be sending your breath into that area. Whatever area was speaking to you. Notice how that's a unique point in your body and it's also a part of your entire being. Just send some attention. What is that asking for? What is you asking for? Send it there. It's beautiful to be able to give yourself something right now, whatever that is. Now let's move back to that word that was in front of you. Has it changed? The word itself, the representation of it. Is it farther away or closer? Just notice. If that word has become something that you want more of in your life, I invite you to reach your hands out in your mind's eye or physically and call that thing back into your body. And imagine it coming all over and welcoming it into you because it is a part of you. It arrived for a reason. And you have arrived for a reason. Breathe that energy of that experience, of that word, all through you. Send it wherever it wants to go, wherever you want to experience it. Oof, maybe some new experiences coming to the body. Allow that to be. Now I invite us to just start to move lightly or however you like that wants to move. So just allow maybe some light finger movements, maybe the neck wants to roll, maybe you want to yawn, just whatever your kneecaps feel like doing, let them do it. Whatever your eyebrows want to do. Oof, maybe your nose wants to do something. Whatever it is, it's welcome. Maybe you choose stillness for a little bit longer. From this place, start to repeat that word to yourself that's gone all through your body. Let it move through your limbs, through your entire being. Visualize living with that word vibrating, pulsing through you. Visualize stepping out into your big, beautiful life. Whatever that word was, it is welcome in your big, beautiful life. See yourself stepping out with that energy and that essence. And as you start to visualize living in the world as that word, as that essence all through you, start to become aware of your external environment and see yourself and that environment as one. This is simply a place and an avenue for you to be. You may choose to touch what's happening around you physically. Maybe you touch your desk or you notice the felt sense of your clothing on your body. Just start to expand that awareness outward. Feel the air on the back of your neck. You may choose to open your eyes and see a face on a screen or see a photo on the wall. Just notice how all of that is an avenue and an expression of the word and the energy that is in you. And as you're expanding that awareness into the external, notice you can still hold the internal. So holding whatever was coming up for you personally and letting it be in the external. Beautiful work. So whatever feels right for your body in this moment, to come back into the external, but notice that you never really left and we were all here and you were fully here. Just let that happen. whatever that looks like for you. I'm going to be allowing everyone to use their voice as an expression of this way of being in the world. And you may choose to use your voice at the word. You may choose to use your voice with silence when we come to you. You may choose to use your voice in an expression or a phrase that came to you. Just use your voice with whatever power or softness you choose. So I'm going to unmute everyone, and then I'm going to go to Louie, Niyama, and then Cassia, and then Catherine, and then Robert. So I'll unmute everyone, and then Louie will ask you to use your voice first. Okay. Louie, we invite you to share your voice with us.
Yeah, so for me, the kind of the one word that was pretty strong that came forward, which is kind of odd, is faith.
Faith.
Yeah.
And was there a particular place in your body that faith really wanted to be?
I think everywhere, honestly.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing.
You're welcome.
Niyama, what's on your heart to share?
I've never wanted to share just sounds before, but it's been radiating, it's bouncing through me right in like the core part of my chest, just below my rib cage and just above my belly. And it's just this element of like, that's the song that's singing through me right now.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that song that's coming through you. Beautiful sound. It was really pleasant for my ears. Thank you, Niyama.
Thank you.
Cassia.
The word that I had at first was really, I think, chaos. And it was neat to see where it was sitting. So it was really in my chest. I had a lot of tension in my shoulders, but the chest was what everything else relaxed, and the chest was still just felt chaotic. But when everything calmed down, I was surprised that it wasn't so much calmness, it was rhythm that kind of came forward as the second one. So I found that really helpful.
Wow, and that's so beautiful because in our chest, where our heart lives, that is where our rhythm is, right? And we're all beating a unique, but also the same rhythm. You know, that heartbeat is similar to drum beats that are existing all over the world. So that's really beautiful that you tapped into that rhythm. Thank you for sharing. We've got some music coming alive today in our group. Catherine, how about you?
So at first my word was it was like excitement or jittery, and I felt it kind of in my chest and my stomach. It wasn't quite anxious because it wasn't negative. I was just like excited but really jittery. And then as it went on, it turned into calm, and it was just kind of peaceful. And then I started to feel that more in my lower belly and my lower back, just calm and space there. And so my word ended up being calm.
And so the calm seemed to reside kind of in this center place. And you were here with us last week, and we did kind of a deeper centering and grounding last week, and that's really where that center exists. So it sounds like you were finding your center.
Yeah, definitely.
Having awareness of it. That's beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Robert, it's so lovely to have you here. What's happening for you to share now?
All right. So this morning I get up early, and so there's a gentle rain kind of things. And so as I've had time to experience that throughout the morning, and then to join you all, the word that came to me was gentleness. And it was just that kind of like soft cascading feeling that just really started at my head and just worked throughout my body.
Wonderful, thank you. And even as you're saying it, I noticed some gentleness was kind of coming into my body because I've been holding a lot of tension today. So that was really nice to feel. Thank you all so much for sharing your own personal experience. And an observation I have is that our own experiences are happening, but they're also happening collectively. So I'm sure you probably heard something of yourself that you could resonate with in what everyone shared. And that's part of what the beauty of being human is that all of these experiences are available to us. And if we open our eyes or pause to find them or allow them to enter. So thank you for sharing your experience because it amplifies all of our experiences. We'll be doing this again next week. It'll always be different. Next week, we'll probably do a little bit more movement. Thank you for being here. And if you have any questions or anything like that, you know how to contact me. So much love to all of you. And I will be sharing the recording so that you can try again if you like.
Thanks.
Bye.
Thank you, Brooke.
Thank you.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye.